After months of debate, political point scoring, and headline grabs, 10 senators finally reached an agreement late yesterday afternoon on a bipartisan plan to extend emergency unemployment benefits. 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans, led by Democrat Jack Reed of Rhode Island and Republican Dean Heller of Nevada, came to the agreement just minutes before it was announced. And I should note, both of these senators come from states that suffer very high unemployment rates. Here's essentially what the bill would do. It would restore 5 months of long-term unemployment. It'd be paid for through custom fees and pension changes. It will prohibit benefits from going to people who earned more than $1 million during the previous calendar year and include job training and placement programs. The last time the Senate tried to pass an unemployment extension was early February, and it failed by 1 vote. That bill was a 3-month extension. They needed 5 Republicans to get the 60 votes to break a filibuster, but they only got 4. Senator Rob Portman was expected to be the 5th vote, but at the time he said he didn't feel comfortable with the pension smoothing that was going to be used to offset the cost. But this time around, he's a part of this bipartisan group. 5 Republicans are all the Democrats need to pass this, and right now they have it in the co-sponsors. Congress is on recess next week, but the Senate is expected to take up and likely pass the legislation upon their return. Its fate in the House is much less clear. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi has been very vocal on this issue, calling on House Republicans to act immediately. House leadership hasn't said if they'll support it, but some rank-and-file lawmakers have already signaled that they're not going to be on board. When asked if he would support the deal, Congressman Jim Jordan said, "I haven't seen it, but no, we need to be focused on policies that create jobs, not focusing on extending unemployment insurance forever." Conservatives are split on this issue, and there are different reasons for that. Some, like Senator Rand Paul, argue that we shouldn't extend them because they're a disincentive to work.
I think it's wrong to borrow money from China or simply to print up money for it, but I'm not against having unemployment insurance. I do think, though, that the longer you have it, that it does provide some disincentive to work, and that there are many studies that indicate this.
In the past, Republicans like Speaker John Boehner have said they would support an extension so long as it was entirely paid for. And some say, let's extend them, but we need to reform the program and make sure we're getting those people back to work. The argument is something like one that was once made by a very wise owl who wrote, "Unemployment benefits are not bad. In fact, they're needed, but they need to be more effective. Instead of simply handing a check, there should be options that actually address the issue of long-term unemployment. Offer those eligible for extended unemployment benefits a choice, the money or relocation assistance. Conservatives shouldn't reject extending unemployment benefits, but they should reject extending them as is and present a way to make them more effective." That wise owl was this kid, and I wrote that, and I know none of you read Ellison's Must Read, so I felt we had to put that in there. Thank you. Joining us now is Aparna Mathur, labor economist at the American Enterprise Institute. So last time they tried to pass an extension, the issue that Senator Portman brought up was, as I just said, pension smoothing. How is the cost offset in this bill different from that and from that last proposal?
I think they're doing exactly the same thing. They have pension smoothing in this too. So these are basically, I feel like these are accounting tricks to get the bill to pass. And there's not a real difference between what they were proposing earlier and what they've done this time.
Well, the CBO is saying that this compromise will save $88 million by 2014. Do you see this as being a positive legislation that is going to be long-term beneficial? If you were in the Senate, I guess should be the question, is this a policy that you would support?
So we are facing the worst recession since the Great Depression of the 1930s. We have 10 million unemployed people, and 4 million of them are long-term unemployed. So I do believe that we need policies out there to get these unemployed people back to work. Cash assistance through the UI program is going to help people who are in need, but I think we can do better than that. I think we need better job placement programs so that people who are on these programs don't simply use the cash assistance, and then at the end of the period, let's say in May, when these benefits run out, what do you do then? Do you again go for another extension of benefits? So I think we need to do more than provide simple cash assistance in order to get these long-term unemployed people back to work.
Gordon, I'm going to ask that same question to you. You're right in front.